for the tobacco crop and also the seafood industry for crabbing, fishing, and oyster. So it lasted a very long time. People usually want to know what's the first thing you did. This was the first square that I did. It was influenced or inspired by a painting that the museum had, the Old Historical Society had.
Can I interrupt her for a minute?
Okay, yes.
We're going to go. Where are you staying?
I'm staying at the Marriott residence in Whiting Lane.
And when are you going back?
Monday. So you're here tomorrow.
No, I will.
Are you going to be up through
When they all, when the officers are out.
You can take a video on that phone.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, so I'm wired on Sunday.
Taking a video right now.
Okay.
See that red light flash?
When you press it, the video is done.
In the series.
Today's my day that I can't do anything I want.
Well, and then you can set me on my way, because I know you guys have to do. No, you don't need to.
So what are you doing tomorrow? I was just traveling. Oh, I'm
She said, you're gonna have no neck. I said, no, I think I'll do somewhere else. I was my next visit.
Isn't that always the way it is? It's like, yeah, you end up with really small bristles or something.
You know what, the reason why women hate to change the diet, you lose the first in your face, you lose it up here. Oh man, all of a sudden you look like hair, no matter where you go. It just always stays. Then you gain the weight and you gain it here again.
I use a little bit of everything to tell the story. And this section right here, there's a heron, a blue heron here, which is a Maryland bat. And my neighbor came in, and when Donald came in, they were helping me to sew the whole thing together. I said to him, Donald, I need your shirt. I need that bird on your shirt. And his wife said to me, you are not taking the shirt off my husband's back. And I said, but Donald, can't you see it? It belongs right here. I got just the spot. And he took the shirt off, and I grabbed the scissors and cut it up before he had a chance to change his mind and put it on there. And it's perfect.
It's gonna have a much longer life there than it
Right,
would have on a
exactly.
shirt.
But see, that was little. Then my next door neighbor, Fanny, came in, and she had this life jacket, a great big life jacket. And she said, Joan, Mary in my office, she works for the Office of the Aging. She said, in my office, said, this jacket has saved people's lives, that it really has to go on the quilt. And I looked at it and I thought, how am I gonna put this big life jacket on the quilt? Took me 3 days to look at it, think about it. And then finally, I took the floating, foam up, out of it. And once I did that, I started like tucking it down and folding it into itself. And somewhere along the way, it looked like a lighthouse. So I started making it work as a lighthouse. So the whole jacket is still here. This is the left side of the front of the jacket. This is the back of the jacket, because I cut them. I cut them apart in the seam.
Where is it?
See here, this is the front part of the jacket, the left side of the jacket. This is the back of the jacket that's tucked down and folded. This is the right lapel of the jacket. And these are all the straps with the hooks. See them? See the straps and the hooks and everything, and I use them. And I added stuff on top of it to make it look more like a lighthouse with the, the diamonds, and put the little hole in the little light. Yeah, it's black fabric paint to make it look more like a lighthouse.
Sure.
So it's how do you incorporate this stuff? And then some of my captains who participated in our sewing of the quilt, one of our captains, right, had these wonderful jewelry on, and he told me, no, you can't have it. But he came back and gave me this wonderful gold anchor to put on it.
Did you want me to
And
make
black
the
pearls.
announcement?
So, yes.
Should we have people come up? The break is now.
Yes.
I was looking for
So, but that was it.
I just
So,
brought it up because I'm gonna
Thank
put, I
you.
didn't realize I was gonna break out in half.
So I use a little bit of anything and everything for the quilt. But this quilt, like the others, is more of a table of contents. All I've done is to identify the people, the places. And what I'm doing now is working with people in these communities to, like Trails, Tracks, Tarmac, to tell the bigger story of that particular town. So I'm looking to do another big quilt exhibition that will tell more of this story, maybe in another 2 years. So, but this one is a journey to the White House, and I had this one pretty much together by July 19th of 2008, before it even got the election. But I just thought with all of the news, this was a story that needed telling. And after the day after the election, all 50, I had embroidered all 50 of the states from here with the headline from the newspaper. The day after the nomination.
State was saying.
Exactly, and then people were saying in the news, well, what did he do? Well, every other one of the bills are attached to his name while he was in the Senate. And then it's like, so what have been the things in his life? So the green, the ones that are surrounded with the green are pivotal moments in his life. So I had to make way for Reverend Wright. I had to make way for Sarah Palin, to put her on, so that they kept evolving as the summer and the campaign went along, but to really document the whole process. When I did this, I did all the inner part, and initially was only supposed to be green, because symbolically the color was, well, this is a new life and new energy for the country. But the moment he won the nomination, gun sales went up, and people were taking bids on when he could be assassinated. So I made the quilt a little larger and said, well, this brother needs some protection, and purple is the color for protection. So I put that on. But then, as I was looking at this, I did this to mark this historic moment. And I asked the people in my community, would you like to add something to mark this historic moment? So if you can imagine that this quilt has the empty borders like this one over here, the airport quilt, I took it out December the 19th to the museums, to senior centers, different places in the community, and over 500 people came out in a month's time. And they added all that you see around the outside to mark that historic moment for them. So, and kids, you know, so from a 4-year-old to a 104-year-old helped to add stitches to this particular piece before it was done.
You have to walk
So you
back
have to
and
walk
forth.
around and
Each
see
one
them.
is a different
Story.
part of our national history.
Right. Yeah, so I do it as an American story.